friends. You are welcome to Taxonomy Online Mathematics. Today is another day where we take another aspect of set and relations or operations on set. So we are moving straight forward to two set problem. For the previous lesson, we learned how to represent two subsets on a Venn diagram, whereby the set is being listed, the elements of the set are listed. But under this topic, the elements of the set are not going to be listed, but the cardinal number of elements of the set will be given to us. So the two sets is just the two subsets which are found as in a universal set. Now the two sets came in when we have people are to choose between two items, and your choices are either you choose the first item or the second item, or you may even choose both of the items or choose none of them. So when we, for example, have like a student, let's say we have 18 students are asked to choose between football and volleyball, what they like. Now if they are to choose, some may be able to choose the football, some will choose they like both, some will even like none of the two games. So if we say football, if let's say 10 of them like football, then volleyball, let's say 7 of them like volleyball, then both volleyball and this we have 3, then those who choose none of the game is 1. You can see that after or upon computing these values, the total number will give us 21. But the students were only 18. Simply put, the universal set, the set under discussion, number of students is only 18. But after we realize that there are choices that they have taken, if we sum up, the total number of choices now is more than the number of students. So this, we can see that there is an overlap, meaning there are some people in one group or in one set who also find themselves in the other set. So when that overlap occurs, then we are to represent the information on a Venn diagram so that we can use what they call the two-set problem. It becomes a problem of two sets. So in this case, we are going to represent each of these sets on the Venn diagram. Then we can realize the overlap, the number of students who are in both directions. Then we take it out to realize our universal set. So as a revision of what we did in the last episode, Venn diagram, universal set with the rectangle, then the two subsets are indicated with circle. So let's say A, B by default. Now by representation, we have this to be region 1, region 2, 3, and 4. Now these 4 regions sum up to give us our universal set. So if in this I want to represent this, we learn of cardinal number of universal set is going to be region 1. Let me start from here. So region 2 plus 1 plus 3 plus 4. In adding all the 4 regions will give us our cardinal point. Don't forget, this 1, 2, 3 is just a description. We can use the description of the set itself. How do we use 2? 2 is the number of A minus intersection. So if I want to maintain that, universal set equals to region 2, which is number of A minus the number of intersection. I mean this. If you take away this portion away, you'll be left with this. Then region 1 is also the intersection of A and B plus our region 3, which is also going to be the whole of set B minus the intersection. So number of B minus number of A intersection B. Then finally our region 4 will just be number of A union B or what? Complement. So per the addition, or in order to realize our overlap, we use 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 regions. Don't forget, this is A intersection B, A intersection B. You can see this is minus, positive. So this will cancel this by mathematical calculations. -1 plus +1 give us what? 0. So these two will cancel. So our universal set will still maintain number of A, where will I go, plus number of B minus the intersection plus the complement. So this is what I will be left with: A plus B minus intersection plus the complement. Now there are instances whereby the choices they were to choose, everybody choose a choice. So there will be no region 4. And that you will get that as a sentence from the question. It says, if at least each student or each person choose one item. Each person, it means that every person is making a choice. So that simply means that there will be no what? Region 4. So if the region 4, so if A union B complement become what? 0. The moment the complement is 0, it means that there is no region 4. That simply means that our universal set, number of U, will now become number of A plus number of B minus A intersection what? B. So A, B intersection, you can see that represents region 1, 2, 3. And region 1, 2, 3 is also our number of what? A union B. Region 1, 2, 3 is the same as A union B. So A union B is now becoming the number of what? Universal set. If the complement is not there. The moment the complement is absent, then we can have our union equals to the universal set. So per calculation, we can say our formula 1 will be this: A, B, and intersection. Now we can also find the set. Don't forget, this formula can also be the one we have here. Can be number of A union B equals to number of A, number of B, minus what? The intersection of A, intersection what? B. By these two combination, this formula is the same as this. Now, what if we redraw this diagram? We know this is going to be A. Let me draw it a bit bigger. We know that this is the number of A intersection B, where this is going to be A only number, then B only. We are aware that these three regions sum up to A union B. So if you add A only plus the intersection plus B only, you should be getting our A union B. So in that case, I can say that number of A union B is the same as number of A only plus the number of A intersection B plus number of what? B only. That becomes our second formula. So these are the two formulas we'll be using in case we want to solve questions on two-set problem. Don't forget the intersection. If it is not given, we use variable to represent it. So if we use this as x, then this region is going to be A minus the x. Then this will become B minus the x. So if the value is not given, then we leave it as an algebraic expression. Then we can perform our operation to see. So these are the formulas we are going to use. Don't also forget that we can say that number of U equals to number of A union B plus number of A union B complement. So if the complement is given, if I add the complement to the union, I should get a universal set. Or if I'm looking for the A union B, if I subtract the complement for the universal set, I should get my A union B. I believe you get the concept. Good. Let's see how we can apply these principles in calculation. So per this, we have in a class of 60 students, 42 pass science, the 46 pass science, and 42 pass what? Mathematics. Every student pass at least one of the two subjects. This statement here, every student pass at least one, meaning they either pass mathematics or science. Nobody is there who is not passing in any of them. So the complement is 0. So we have to find how many of the students pass in both subjects. So we need to represent this on a Venn diagram in order to find, because it's a two-set problem. So first of all, we write the preamble. Let U equals to what? Number of students. Number of students. So how many are they? We have this equals to, okay, let me write it down. So we let M equals to student or mathematics student. Student who pass in what? Mathematics. Then we use what? S to represent student. So these are the three sets, because we have universal set and a two subset. So now we are only using M as a number, a letter representing mathematics. What are the number, the cardinal number? So this is going to be number of U. How many students are in the class? Total students. How many are they? We have what? 60. Then number of mathematics. How many are they per the question? 46. Then we have our number of science with the second subset to be 42. We are asked to find the intersection. So we let number of M intersection S equals what? Y. So we have all our four regions represented except the complement. So I can now represent that on a Venn diagram. Now if I write U equals to 60, this is going to be circled in terms of marking, because you are saying that the alphabet U is 60, which is not true in this case. So what we are going to do is that you need to indicate number of U. So NU equals to what? 60. Then upon realizing your two subsets, this is going to be number of M also equals to 46. Check it, pass in science. So science is rather 46. So this is going to be 42. Number of S equals to what? 46. Now that we are saying that the intersection is Y, so I indicate the Y. From the formulas we derive, we can see that for me to find this, which is the A only, in this case M only, I subtract the intersection from the M only. So that becomes 42 minus what? Y, per the formula we just derived. Then here, we are also going to have the whole of this set, which is 46, minus the intersection. Since there is no complement, then we can say that from the diagram, we can see the complement plus intersection plus the A only plus intersection plus B only should give us what? Our universal set, the second formula. So I can say that 42 minus Y plus Y plus this equals what? 60 per that formula. So if I have this, minus y plus y will cancel, and it will go away with the negative. So I'm left with only 42 plus 46, and that will give us 88. So 88 minus y equals what? 60. This is negative, so it will cross. This will also in turn cross. So 88 minus what? 60 equals to positive what? Y. So in this vein, we can say that y is equals to 28. So therefore, the number of students who pass in both subjects will be 28 students. Number of students who pass in both subjects will be 28 students. Now, per this, we add this. Don't forget, we have the first formula who says that A, as in the whole of this region, plus the whole of this region minus the intersection. You remember that formula? A, number of A plus number of B minus intersection. Meaning, if I want to follow that formula, I'm going to say that A only is this, but the whole of A is 42. So let me say number of M plus number of S minus M intersection what? S should give us number of U. That is the formula. So if that is true, this is going to be 60 equals to M. What is M? From the formula we have 42. What is S? 46. The intersection is Y, but minus or minus Y. So I'll still have my 60, 88 minus Y. This crossing to become positive Y. This crossing to become what? 60. So your Y is still what? 28. So from the diagram, if you want to use this, or by formula, you can also use the diagram with the formula and you get your answer as we have here. I believe you follow the concept. Good. So these are the two formulas that pertain to two set problem. What we do next will be in the next episode. We will take series of past questions that came under two set problem and see how best we can deal with them. I believe you get something out of this. If you do, as in you find this video educative, useful, please subscribe if you have not. If you do subscribe, like the video if you do find it useful, and share to those who may also need this, and leave your comment below as we continue to interact together. This still remains Taxonomy Online Mathematics. See you in the next episode.